Hello, my name is Dennis Thompson, and this is Two Dogs and a Dingo. I know this isn't what I usually do on this channel, but I would like to update some people on some local news surrounding my local movie theater. To some of you this may be obvious, but I love movies. The cinematography, the music, the acting, everything that goes into it really just astonishes me. I love being transported to this other world of fantasy. And because I love movies, I love movie theaters. I love walking in and seeing all the posters. I love how the staff has to greet you with a smile and you have to buy merchandise. And then you walk down the hall and you see all the movie theaters and you see the screens shining through the window and there are times everywhere, and you go in, you sit down, and you just lose yourself in this movie for a couple of hours. I love it. Now, sadly, I am 16. And I'm not saying that because being 16 is bad. I'm saying that because when you're 16 and you go to a local place, you are immediately suspicious. Like, immediately. It's as if seeing a teenager outside of school or extracurricular activity is like breaking the law. My local mall has a Cinemark place in it. That's the big movie theater around here. And my Cinemark has a new rule that says that if you are under the age of 18, you are not allowed to be there past 6 o'clock p.m. It's against the rules now. My local news station did an interview with some people asking them their feelings on this new rule. And my mom was one of the people interviewed. I thought this was so cool, seeing my mom up on TV, you know what I mean? And then I realized something during the interviews. As I watched my TV, eager, I noticed that of the dozens of people who they interviewed, the two they showed were my mom and this other woman. And it hit me. Why aren't they interviewing people that are being affected by the rule? My mom doesn't care, but why not interview the people being affected? Why not interview teens? My local news station has had little kids on there before, so it's not an age thing. It's as if they don't want to ask because they don't want to hear the answers, as if we don't care about our own hobbies. So today I wanted to discuss this topic. I find it very near and dear to my heart, and it's one of my favorite things to debate a common rule or common courtesy. Here are some basic facts. The theater is banning kids past 6 p.m. because they are afraid of gang shootouts, fights, and disturbances during the movie. That's the three main reasons they give. So let's review these. Let's put some common sense into this. If you are going to have a gang shootout or a fight, that is already breaking the law. That is breaking the law already. So my movie theater's reaction to stopping people from breaking the law is putting a rule on the theater. They are telling you, don't break the rules here, or else we won't allow you to break the law. If you are going there to break a law, to start a fight, to shoot someone, you are already breaking the law. Who cares if you break one more rule? That's not going to stop anyone. Seriously? This is punishing people that aren't going to do this. If you're going to break the law, you're going to just break it anyway, let alone break a mall rule. Let's get to the other fact. This bans people past 6 p.m. If you're a kid who wants to do this, just do it earlier. That's what they're saying. Just go in there at 5 o'clock, start a gang shootout, and just walk. At best, they are stopping 1 or 2 people from causing a disturbance. At worst, they're ignoring an entire demographic, completely destroying some of their ticket sales despite already being part of a fading away business. This will do nothing but hurt them. You are hurting kids who aren't guilty. And personally, I have had 0 disruptions every single time I've been in that movie theater from teens. Maybe 1 or 2 where they make a joke too loud. But I have several stories of adults making a disruption. When I was watching Captain America: The Winter Soldier, a mom was yelling at her daughter for falling asleep during the movie. Hey, she's not disturbing me. You don't have to disturb everyone else. At Infinity War, an adult got up and said, "Oh no, you can't do that, man," at the very end of it, while the movie was still running. You cannot just say that teens are the only one disturbing people when everyone else has all these facts. Also, I think it's kind of funny how I'm 16 years old and yet I'm considered less responsible than 18-year-olds. Well, a majority of serial killers are over the age of 25. Are they more responsible than me? I know they have to draw the line somewhere. For this next part, I will be using some crime statistics. I will read them directly off the paper so you know I'm not making them up. According to Statista, the number of serious violent crimes committed by youth aged between 12 and 17 years in the U.S. is as low as 200,000 a year. And according to the Utah Commission of Crime and Juvenile Disruptions, people above the age of 18 commit 50 million serious violent crimes a year. There are about 42 million teens in the U.S. today, and about 209 million adults that are not classified as seniors. So, despite making up 64% of the population, they commit over 98% of all violent crimes, such as shootouts and fistfights. So, who they really should be concerned about is people over the age of 18 years.
Let's do something the news couldn't.
But hey, I'm just one kid. That's just my opinion. So let's get some other people's opinions. I will be interviewing several of my friends. Okay, hello. State your name, age for the record.
I am Sam Conti, and I am 15 years old.
Okay, hello, Sam. I would like to ask you some questions based on the Cinemark rule changes that are occurring.
Fantastic.
Okay. So, first of all, what's your basic feelings on this new rule?
It's kind of stupid.
Could you elaborate?
Because there's, a lot of movies that go, they could start before 6, but they'll definitely go after 6, and kids, have stuff to do during the day, so they're not really going to be able to go, or might not want to go, and that's just bad business decision.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Can I ask you one more question?
Sure.
Do you think the rule will be effective?
Maybe in some cases, but kids are still gonna go. Kids sneak into movies all the time. It's not really gonna change much.
Okay. Thank you. Hello, state your name and age for the record.
My name is Jason Allen, and I'm 17 years old.
Hey, Jason. Would you mind if I asked you some questions regarding the Cinemark rule change?
Of course.
Okay, so what are your basic feelings towards the change?
I feel as if it's ridiculous that they're implementing this rule now because in the history of cinema, kids are always going to sneak in and find a way to do so. So, in the movie theater acts kind of a bit of a media center for kids and whatnot. I understand age restrictions, but time limits on an area that originally doesn't have a curfew is kind of ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel that your age has anything to do with your opinion? You're only 1 year away from being allowed to be there by yourself.
That is true, but I can also empathize as I was in that position at one point, being 14, 15 years old, so I understand it. Mm-hmm. And just because I'm not in the age range or I'm close to being away from it doesn't mean that I don't care about the effects it has on younger people and whatnot.
Ah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Of course.
Hello. State your name and age for the record, please.
Hi, my name's Deontay. I'm 17.
Okay. Hey, Deontay. I would like to ask you a question based on the Cinemark rule changes.
Okay.
What are your basic opinions on it so far?
It just feels like it's unneeded and kind of just there for no reason, because I don't feel like it's going to help or anything. It's just some kids are going to act up when they're going to act up, and kicking kids out isn't really going to add 6 or whatever. They'll still just act out earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Statistically speaking, adults make up about 65% of the U.S., but perform about 98% of all harmful crimes. So do you see it as hypocritical to ban kids when adults are the ones making the mess?
Yes, I do. It seems like they're targeting kids for no reason.
Yep. Thank you for your time. Hello, would you please state your name and age for the record?
Yes, my name is Alex Watt. I'm 17.
Okay. Hey, Alex. Would you mind if I asked you some basic opinions on the Cinemark rule change?
Yeah, sure.
So to start off, what is your basic opinion right now as we speak?
I hate the change.
Okay.
I think that it's unnecessary, isn't going to help any of their problems, and I just enjoy going to a movie theater, past 6, so.
Thank you. Some kids find movies to be a coping mechanism. How do you think this will affect them?
I mean, I feel like it's going to harm them, because, 6 is pretty early,
Mm-hmm.
man, and, if people need to go to the movies to, help with any mental problems or something, it's being taken from them.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, no problem.
Hello, will you please state your name and age?
My name is Colin, and I am 16.
Hi, Colin. Would you mind if I asked you some questions on the Cinemark rule change?
I do not mind. Go ahead.
What are your basic opinions on it?
I think that overall, the rules are a little bit too strict. It should be so that if you have a driver's license or a valid ID, you should be allowed to stay until closing.
That's a very interesting opinion. Okay. So, Colin, not a lot of movies really require you to be under the age of 16, aside from R-rated movies. So, what are your opinions on this ignoring a large demographic of, movies?
You mean the ban, right?
Yes.
How it limits.
Yes.
I feel like the easiest way to get around that is if they want to keep the ban as strict, they just don't play movies like that late.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really that difficult to get around.
Yes, because I don't see a 12-year-old going to see Barney is Our Bestest Friend. I mean, maybe some adults, because that stuff slaps, but you know what I mean? Yeah. Thank you, Colin, for your time today. Hello, would you state your name and age, please?
Shaunaman McLaughlin, age 17.
Hello, Shaunaman. Would you mind if I asked you some basic questions based off the Cinemark rule change?
Yeah, sure, let's hear them.
So, just to start off, what are your basic opinions on this?
It really sucks, man. It's a shame. I can't have any of my younger friends come to the movie theater. We want to watch movies after 6. It's really stupid.
Yeah, I find it kind of funny, because I don't think that, it's kind of ignoring a key demographic, because I don't think that many 18-year-olds want to go watch Cars 4. I mean, I would, but you understand, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask you one more question. So, Jonathan, I feel like this is neglecting a large demographic of a business that's already fading out of the loop. So how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I feel like it's going to really bring down, sales of movie tickets, movie theaters just aren't going to exist anymore if companies keep doing stuff like this.
Yeah, because last time I checked Disney Plus, all I have to have is my mom's credit card.
Exactly, man. Then you got Hulu and Netflix and all these other streaming, websites and apps.
Yep, Fortnite.
Fortnite, yeah.
Okay, thank you, Jonathan.
Yeah, no problem.
Hello, would you please state your name and age?
Philip. You need a last name?
No, you're good.
Okay.
How old are you?
14.
14? What are your basic opinions on the new rules involving the mall?
Involving the what?
The mall, the Cinemark.
I think they're pretty garbage.
Thank you. Okay, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Now, you're on the younger side of the people I've interviewed today, and I would just like to ask, for 3 years now, you probably won't be allowed to enter the mall without a parent or guardian, because I doubt you're going to go during school time. So how does that affect you?
Well, I can't get to buy my stuff.
So it's a merchandise thing as well. It really is ripping apart each and every company that's involved in the mall.
Yes.
Thank you. Would you please state your name and age as you would like it to appear?
14.
Hello, Lily. I would just like to ask some questions involving the Cinemark rule changes.
Okay.
Do you know what the rule changes are?
No.
Well, basically, Lily, starting, today, if you are below the age of 18, you are not allowed to be in Cinemark past the hours of 6 p.m.
Really?
Yes, that's true. So I would just like to ask, what are your basic, you just found out. You're the first person I've interviewed to just find out. What are your basic opinions on that?
Well, why are they doing that?
Well, they say it's to reduce gang fights and fist fights and shootouts and stuff like that.
Oh.
Do you think that's an appropriate reaction?
I don't know.
Okay. Okay, well, I'm going to ask you one other question. Since you're one of the younger people I've interviewed, I would just like to ask, will this affect you other than, of course you can't go, but have you lost any, respect towards the mall, or do you still plan on going?
No, probably not.
Ah, interesting. So in a way, you're boycotting the mall for this. You're going to go to other movie theaters that allow you to. Interesting.
Well, yeah. It's stupid to have a time.
Yes. A previous interviewee recommended anyone who can drive should be allowed to stay afterwards. Do you think that's an appropriate reaction?
Yeah, I think that's good.
Interesting. Okay, thank you, Lily.
Here are some people that couldn't make it on the call.
I think that's unnecessary because kids are not as big of a threat as a larger human being that is an adult and might be a drug dealer.
Hey guys, sorry for the random upload. I just thought it'd be neat to have a little discussion. But Ronin 2 is filming now, so expect the trailer for that hopefully by the end of next month. Yeah. And I'm trying to time it up with the Black Widow release date. Yeah. And yeah, thank you for watching this little project of mine. Have a nice day. Thanks everyone who gave your opinion against or for the new rule. So yeah, thanks.
It's stupid. I don't like it. It's unnecessary, and I don't need it.